22.
That's awesome, bro. You guys are killing it.
We're trying to be like you guys.
Yeah,
You get that
just be-
multi-family.
exactly. Y'all are crushing it too.
Now we appreciate that. So we are and you guys are in CG. You guys are in CG Select, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir.
When you guys,
Hopefully, but
you guys had an event?
yeah, we just had a little workshop. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Just a
How
little
do
thing.
you guys like it?
What?
The coaching side, the coaching stuff's awesome. Like you
Yeah.
said, get to impact people, help people out.
Yeah.
But you're
provide
hoping
some
to be
value.
in premiere by the end of the year.
That's
Hopefully,
all.
we gotta prove Leon. We gotta hype him up and give him some hush money.
You gotta play him one-on-one in basketball and beat him. Probably
I know, right?
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
I gotta gain 6 inches
I know. Leon's tall. He's a big
both
dude.
ways too.
That's so funny.
Shoot.
That's so funny.
Yeah, triple
All right, so
inside.
we get started here. Chandler,
Let
you
me
want to
stop.
start it?
One second.
All right, you're good.
So we got Austin on here. I guess why he's getting water. Austin, how old are you? You guys are crushing it up in New York,
Just
doing
turned
everything from
24.
dang wholesale, fix and flip, syndication, everything.
Yep.
So I guess how would you say you 24 is what you said?
We just turned 24. Yeah, me and Jake.
Shoot. Dude, y'all are.
Are you guys
that's
twins
crazy.
too?
We're twins. Yep. I'm the better looking one, but we keep that low.
Hey, keep it down low.
Shoot, we won't tell anyone. We won't tell them you said that. But dude,
Oh,
how'd
so
y'all get
tell us-
into?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, guys. So thank you so much for allowing me this podcast. I can't see who's on here, but hey, guys, if you guys are riding with Gino and Chandler, you're in the right place because when we first started the business, we had a mentor. So these guys are your mentors. I promise you, if you listen to what they're saying, you will become millionaires, if not multi-millionaires, because they have the knowledge to get there. It's been a crazy ride. So we dropped out of school when we were 19. Everyone said, go back to school, be an accountant, be a lawyer, the typical 9-to-5 job. Our parents gave us two options. The first option, you can go back to school. My mom had a contract. She was trying to close me. I had a college like a reapplication in my hand. It was hey, you have this option. And the second option, she had 2 bags in her hand. You can go home. You can go. So we decided to leave our house. We dipped. And then we started Raven 3 Home Buyers when we were about 20 years old, the summer of 2018. And from there, it was a long journey. It took us 9 months to close our first deal, which leads me to a good point. Like, guys, if you're in this group and you've been in here for a couple of months and you haven't closed a deal, it's just part of the process. Anything great takes time. And if you're thinking great things happen overnight, it's just not the case. So this is a long-term game. And, that's kind of, we always had the long-term mindset, but it took us 9 months to get our first deal done. After the first deal got done, we started hiring more people, just like you guys always speak about, reinvest into marketing, into your business, into your systems. And then I think now we're at a point right now where, we're able to enter multiple spaces inside the real estate because we're able to get to that point of delayed gratification. We didn't buy the Rolexes, the cars, the Lambos. I got a beat up Toyota Corolla. It's all good, bro. You can make fun of me. My ass is worth more than so. We reinvest in our businesses, our real estate, and people. Those are the 3 biggest things.
Like that, people.
I like that, yeah. People, real estate, and the business. We got Stratton Brown going to the moon for the boys. You know Stratton, Austin?
What was that?
Do you know Stratton?
Stratton sounds familiar. I don't think. Have we met?
No, I don't think. He's like call musicians, right?
Call
musicians? Like tons of cold callers and stuff. But yeah, no, he's awesome, dude. But no, so your parents told you that you either could leave or go back to school.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. And was that a hard decision at all?
Nah. Because we just like, when we were like 17, 16, we were flipping sneakers on eBay, flipping. Like, we were always, it's like we were trying to make money, trying to make a couple bucks. So we weren't nervous about, doing our own thing because we knew what's going to, well, to answer your question, we were a little nervous, but what got us over that nerve was we exited out all the other options. Go to this. Like, we didn't have a second option. So we're like, all right, we're going to make this work or it ain't going to work. So that's kind of what we did. And when you have that mindset, it's not a fear mindset. It's like I'm going to make it work mindset. You just make stuff. You have to make stuff happen.
Yeah, no plan B.
Exactly.
Well, you're betting on yourself. That should be like one of the easiest bets you take on in your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So anyways, you go from 19 or 17, 16, flipping sneakers. You're now flipping real estate. You do your first deal. It took you 9 months. What were you guys doing in that time to get there?
Great question. Thank you for asking that. The thing, it's not what we were doing, it's what we were not doing. And this is whoever's listening on here. You guys want to focus on marketing, but not doing everything. We were trying to door knock, banner signs, talk to agents, direct mail, but we were doing too much of everything little. we needed to focus on one marketing strategy, get really good at it, and move on to the next one. That's what we were not doing. What we were doing was knocking a couple doors, putting up some signs, talking to some agents, but nothing was really consistent. So we weren't able to really scale that marketing channel and move on to the next one. So that was kind of the problem. But we got our first deal with the Bandit sign. It was like a follow-up lead. We followed up with the seller. She actually was in pre-foreclosure. When I first spoke to her, she wasn't. And we closed the deal and made a couple bucks. But after we closed our first deal, we just put it all right back into the business. We didn't want to touch the money.
I like that.
Yeah. I think that's like a lot of people, we get that question a lot. What marketing source should we use? Oh, what should I do? Cold calling? Should I do texting? So just pick one and do it every single day.
Yep.
And then it'll work at some point, no doubt.
Exactly.
Okay. So you get your first deal. Assuming came in, Bandit sign, nice deal. And then from there, you just keep on building. Like, did you hire a VA to start cold calling? Like, where did you move from there?
Great question. Yeah. So once we closed the first deal, we didn't really hire anybody because we wanted to build up as much pipeline as possible to reinvest for probably another 6 to 8 months. But our first hire was after I think our 8th or 9th deal, and then we hired a lead manager. So calls come in, they answer the phone, they prospect, they set up appointments because on the phone with the seller for 15, 20 minutes, rather be at a house closing a deal. So we hired a lead manager, and I think we hired like 1 or 2 VAs to like administrative work and a couple of them to make some calls. But for the first year, to be honest, guys, we kept it as niche as tight as possible. We wanted to get as much money as possible. So like I said, keep reinvesting.
Gotcha. So what was your first year? What did it look like? How much in revenue and numbers wise?
First deal, 2018. I think we did 16 deals. I think right under $1 million, like I think 883,000.
Damn.
That's
so when was that? And that was in like 2018.
Yeah.
So you guys went up quick. So as soon as you got that first one, you guys went off.
Yeah, that's the first one we actually closed our biggest deal ever. It was a $110,000 assignment off of cold call. It was like after that happened, all right, this game's crazy. So we just kept focusing on that. But the first year we only wholesale. So if we would have fixed and flipped, we probably would have made maybe a little bit more money, but it was worth it just wholesaling it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I guess talk about that because you guys are in a different market than us. Like, is fix and flip a lot more lucrative in New York than it is in some other places?
It's kind of like anywhere else. It's all about the buy price. So if you buy at the correct price, it's definitely lucrative. The problem in New York is there's more red tape, there's more permits and things in place to hold you back. So people are scared of fixing and flipping, scared of doing these renovations. But there's opportunity, if you know how to find good deals and have good people around you.
Gotcha. So that was 2018 and 2019. What did it look like for you guys in terms of you guys started fixing, flipping, raising private money? Did you start figuring out that game?
Yeah, so 2019 came around. We bought our first flip in December of 2018. So right at the end of 2018, bought 2 flips at once. The problem we made, guys, was we didn't use other people's money. We were very that stingy mindset. We used all of it. And that kind of burnt us because we all had over these flips here in New York aren't cheap. You can't get it done for 30 grand in Arizona, So it's like we had over probably 175,000 of our own profits in just the construction, plus closing costs, buying costs, stuff like that. So especially 2 flips. So it kind of held us back for marketing. So if I had to go back to it, I would have flipped it around. I would have raised the money, found someone to give me the money for that, and freed up my cash to reinvest into more deals.
Yeah, for sure. So raising money, so you guys are doing flips at a pretty high level now at this point, right? And you're raising money. We see you talking about y'all got all these 20. You just told us you had a 21 unit flood. So how do you go from doing the single family to now getting into these bigger deals, and you transition from you kind of leveled up, right? So what did that did you guys just shift your frame and change your mindset on things, or what? How did y'all go about that?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, everyone has a vision, right? I don't know what your guys' vision is. I'd love to hear it, but our vision was to always acquire multis and be able to, not have to work and still get paid every month. So we were only wholesaling to buy fix and flips, and we were only fixing and flipping to buy rentals. So we got to a point now where we kept buying rentals because that's what support our end goal. So we needed the fix and flip revenue to close on these rental properties. So that's kind of what we've been doing the last 6 to 12 months.
That makes sense. That's I think the passive income is definitely the goal. I think a lot of the people's goal is to make it to where your active generates enough passive to where figuring out what to do with your passive becomes your full-time job. So, it's definitely, I like that for sure. But anyways, so from transitioning from doing fix and flip and all that kind of stuff to doing multifamily, what was the biggest learning curve for you guys I'm getting into that?
Well, multifamily is just more about you got to really you have to sit tight. With a single family house, you want a quick deal. It's like with multifamilies, sometimes it looks good to be it looks too good to be true. It might actually be true. Like for example, New York, like there's rules and stuff. You can't raise rents. Like there's a little bit more red tape and stuff. So you have to actually it's really important to underwrite correctly. If you don't underwrite it, you're not going to really find good deals. So the biggest transition was we got to slow it down. We can't just make quick offers. Actually underwrite it. Look at what it could be worth. Because if you don't underwrite it correctly, you could also be missing out on an opportunity. If you're under $200, $300 in the rent, that's a big play. If you have 20, 30 units, so it's just taking our time, underwriting good properties, good areas where we can buy them, refinance, pay our investors back, or even what we're starting to do now is buying them, completely redoing the buildings, and then reselling them at 1031 exchanging. So it's just different strategies.
Yeah, doing that value add to the properties and doing a couple of year exit. Yeah, that's the syndication stuff is powerful. So you said underwriting is super difficult. Obviously, that's a make or breaker because you can manipulate numbers to be awesome, or you can manipulate numbers to be terrible. So was that trial and error? Did you partner up with someone? How did you go about learning that?
Just gotta look at a lot of deals. I would just have agents to send me deals. Deals, and if I get a hot lead that comes in from one of our marketing channels, that's a multifamily. I'd rather take that more serious. But it's like anything else. You want to get really good at basketball, you got to shoot a lot of free throws. You want to get a good shape, you got to work out a lot. So you just underwrite a lot of deals, make a lot of offers, hear a lot of no's, and every no leads you closer to a yes.
Yeah, this is volume. And then assuming, getting people sending it in, is that broker relations type stuff, or is that on MLS type on market stuff, or is that trying to get pocket listings for the multi?
Yeah, brokers have some good deals. We try to go direct to the seller as well too. But sellers often, we don't like the MLS too much, but directly to brokers, off the market, we do some direct mail for it as well too.
Yeah, dude. Something kind of similar to this, being too good to be I get my tongue tied. Being too good to be true. My buddy in Denver, a 33 unit for $700,000, which is probably worth $6 million.
What?
And then he got his offer accepted, and then it was through this trust. And the dude was I think the dude was new there, and he's like, dude, we just need to get off our balance sheet. And then the guy ghosted him, never went back or whatever, because obviously the owners were probably pissed that they were gonna give it away that low. I was like, bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy. But you got a Jordan Kelly now.
I know, right? Yeah, but
we'd offer $1 million, go behind him, take $1 million,
for real, come in.
But
dude, that's a major deal.
Austin, I guess the big thing too here is a lot of us, we're both young here, but a lot of kids that are watching this recording or watching now, they're going to be looking at it like us. I mean, share somewhat, where did your mindset come from? I know when I was young, I was flipping sneakers too, like you. I mean, I was just trying to do everything not to have a job.
I love it.
So I don't know what you're what goes, or what do you think, helped inspire you or get you that mindset? Because it's all mindset at this point. It's not age, it's just everyone, someone at 50 has a poor mindset. They're not going to be able to do the things, 20-year-olds could do. You know what I mean? So where do you think it came from, or where do you credit it?
Great. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. I mean, look, we went through a lot of pain, me and Jake. We've been through a lot. My parents my dad's an immigrant, had no money. My mom, she does all right, but we never had anything. So and also quick little background of me and Jake was not really Jake, but me was I was always in trouble when I was young. Kicked out of school. I kicked out of 2 schools. I got arrested when I was younger. So I've been through a lot. And a lot of people always make excuses, or they kind of fault. They kind of what's the word? They allow their past to determine their future. But me and Jake made a different exception. We said, all right, we're going to allow our past. We'll pat ourselves in the back. We did whatever happened, but let's just move forward from that. So we use pain to motivate us and to fuel us. I think a lot of people use pain to sit back home and cry and do whatever they can. So we actually utilize our pain to create the business, to give us what we want, which is freedom. So I think at the end of the day, a lot of people, one, are scared. They're scared to take a risk. They're scared to do anything. We weren't never, ever scared. And 2, like you said, we reinvest in our mind first and then our business second. So when we first started, we would go to some Tony Robbins events. We would buy these Grant Cardone books. We would buy these books in sales and marketing because we knew if we reinvest into us, people would reinvest in our business next. So, it really just came through a lot of pain, failures, and tribulations. And, I think it's been pain's the best thing that happened to us.
I think that's super valuable because I think having some kind of adversity or your own personal struggle, that's like, if you look at all the people who have achieved phenomenal things in this world, not every person, but the majority, they've had some kind of struggle. Like they always had some kind of rough upbringing. They had something happen, like they had a major accident or whatever it was throughout their, journey, whether it's sports or careers or whatever. So like, because it just makes things easier, right? If something hard happens, you're like, oh, whatever, I'm used to this. This is normal. I'm just gonna keep going, keep grinding. So
100%.
that's all. I mean, I think that's huge. I think that's you. I think some people, like, do you think that it's people are either born that way, or do you think that's something that you can learn and force yourself to do?
I think anyone, the greatest thing that happens, we woke up today. So I think you can change your mindset like this. That people always talk about it. Like you wake up, you make the decision to change your mindset. Your mindset can't make the decision to change you. A lot of people just have a broken mindset. Like Gino said, they can be 50 years old, but you have 20-year-olds making more money than them. It's because their mindset's broken. Have you guys ever heard the story of the guy who wins the lotto was broke the next week because their mindset was broken? If one of us wins the lotto, we're not going to do that. We're going to go buy more real estate. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's really just, you have to just reinvest in you. And another reason I think people's mindset's broken is because they have friends and family that their mindsets are broken too. So whoever you're
exactly
who you're going to become like. So you gotta get around good people who have good mindsets.
And I think that's important to bring up right here, because that's something I want to hit on, is like what Chandler's hat says, collective genius and investing in these other masterminds. This is what brings you in front of people that you want to be like, or people that inspire you or on your level or above your level, so you can get there. I mean, when did you guys join Collective Genius, Austin?
We joined end of last March, last April. So like,
gotcha.
14
year and a half.
So year and a half ago.
Gotcha. And how's that? How have you measured any value out of it? Obviously, you got tons of value, but have you?
Like, I wish it was $1, because $1 would be crazy. Whatever we pay for the mastermind, I need to disclose that, but it's worth 20x, because you can raise capital in there. You can build relationships. If you have a problem, I call somebody, they have the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
People forget speed is an asset. So if I can find out a solution quicker than me having to go look at YouTube 100 videos, that's worth it to me. So that's why we invest in masterminds.
Is there any other ones other than CG you're in?
No, CG's the only one right now. We're probably getting to more soon, but CG has everything we need.
Yeah, that's what I talked to Steve like just before this call, Steve Trang, and like he was telling me, like, once you're in the premiere, I mean, it's just game over. You got everyone doing everything, and it's just a whole nother ball game. Everyone doing some storage, apartments, 8 million, 10 million a year, wholesale, flips, all that stuff, right? Private lenders. So it's like you're not gonna have anything short of ideas in that group.
It's true. It's a great group. You guys are fantastic. So get around people that are operating higher than you. You're gonna have to, elevate up. It's only the law of attraction. Though you're gonna have to get up and get stronger and get faster.
For sure, yeah. It's all competition.
Yeah, no, it's get a level up or get out, and also like the masterminds are great to level up your friend group and like who you're surrounding yourself with, and I got some static here.
I think it's yours, Austin. You're good though.
Oh, okay. Now I think he's. Can you hear us? I think.
Big Austin. We got the Yonkers Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's
don't
funny,
worry, Chandler's. It's usually Chandler, Austin. So don't.
Yeah, normally it's me messing up, dude. Don't worry about it.
Should I try to rejoin?
Yeah, try to rejoin real quick.
Yeah, just
you can.
Yeah, rejoin.
But I think that's important what we're listening here. If you guys are going to listen to the recording, and anyone listening now, please share this too in any groups. Put this on your story, whatever you can. Austin's dropping some knowledge, some nuggets. One of a young guy like us. We're trying to be like him in 2 years.
Exactly.
All these units and doing what he's doing, and him and his brother Jake killing it out there.
You can see why he's successful just listening to his the passion in his voice. Everything he says, like he's gonna go get it. He's like he's about to murder the game, and just everything he says. So, there's the passion for sure. But
100%.
I think I think at a certain point, once you get to where you're able to do the wholesaling, you're able to the process and all that. It's more about it's more about the mindset than it is doing it. It's like, you know, the who, not how, the how to get more out of your people, and then all that kind of stuff. Let's see. He thinks his microphone's broken, so he's getting on his other phone. One second.
But yeah, I would say the biggest thing here to take from this is that it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at in your life. It just goes by just saying, look, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. You know, who's going to stop you? You know, the only one's going to stop you is yourself. That's what we always talk about, is that if we're in wholesaling, fix and flip, rentals, whatever it is, your only person limiting you is you yourself, because there's plenty of guys, you always can think about it, that are in a worse situation than you are, or in a worse circumstance, that have succeeded and are doing what you want to do, you know?
Yep.
So.
All it takes is taking that step. I just texted Austin the link, so he should be getting back on in just a second. Gino, you said you texted me something about amazing productivity thing. Is there anything cool enough about that to share with anyone?
Amazing productivity thing, what do you mean?
You texted me, I don't know. You texted me Darren Hardy.
Oh yeah, there's a thing that's called make sure you text Austin Chandler, not Jake. But there's a thing I text you, I'm looking at right now for you guys that are listening. I'm gonna tell you it's something really good. I think I text you on WhatsApp. Did I send you on WhatsApp?
I don't have Jake's. I don't think I have also. Oh wait, there's his number.
I was getting
you texted me Darren Hardy, but I don't know what you're specifically referring to with Darren Hardy.
What was before that? You join this. I'm about to send the link to the boys. Here we go.
I sent it to him too.
Send link to my boys. You join this 60. Where the hell is my thing at that I told you? I don't see it. What are you talking about?
In WhatsApp.
Oh, I just said in the text. You said, yeah, you texted me.
You WhatsApp me.
Insane productivity. So there's a course from Darren Hardy. It's 12 modules. I think it was a couple grand. And Steve puts in all his people inside this course. It's all productivity based. And it's regarding that time management. And the big thing is that time management is not usually the problem. It's more of an emotional management.
Yeah, that makes sense. I did text that number. Okay. Yeah, I think
because a lot of things like I've seen with you and Marianne and stuff is every week it's time management. It's because of emotional stuff. It's mostly because one, you don't want to do that right now, or you don't want to bark up that bridge, whether you want to admit it or not. You don't want to do this one thing, like just because it's fucking draining to maybe do this one task. It's freaking draining to do this one thing, and I don't want to even do it. But the problem you get is then it just keeps getting pushed off, and you find Steve said the good thing. It's like you come with creative excuses like, well, Steve's example was, your room was never clean until you had to finish like a homework assignment. Then you start like cleaning your room, or until the girl starts coming over. Like you never would clean your room unless something is coming, some activity. Like, fuck, I got to do this,
Yes.
You find a way to not do that topic.
Yeah.
Like for me, sometimes I look at it. I'm guilty of it too. Like I'm like, fuck. Okay, I got to do this, but let me just research this video real quick on YouTube.
It's just procrastination.
And then you go to the next thing, and then it's just like it's not time management. It's just you're emotional. Like I'd rather be on posting TikTok videos than in a sales meeting. Whatever. That's not a good example.
At that point, it turns into like procrastination. It's like just because you don't want to do it. And that's like I think that comes back to like, do you get it? Do you want it? Do you have the capacity to do it? Hiring people, right? If you don't want to do the job, then you're never going to do it.
No, for sure, but there's a difference between not wanting to do it, like actually not wanting to do it, and then someone that wants to do it, but you're just like, let me just pick this task because it's easier to do right now. And then you realize that, hey, this one's going to take my time and out of the other task that might be, more mentally, exhausting, but it's better for me to do. Like that's the thing. It's called emotional management versus time management.
Yeah, I mean that all makes sense.
It's a 12-module course, so we're gonna start doing it. He said there's an hour each module, like hour worth of videos. He said Steve trained. He has all his guys go through it. And again, it's called, for you guys that are gonna be listening, it's called and that are listening now, Insane. What is it? Productivity.
Yeah.
Insane Productivity by Darren Hardy.
Yep. I think another as far as off the productivity piece, another piece of that is like shifting your frame from thinking about things and like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, or like, this is confusing or whatever it is, but shifting that from why is it confusing me? Why am I confused? And then figuring out why you're confused. So like, and then you can create a solution for that because it makes sense, right? So thinking a problem solution frame of mind, right? So not just of I guess I don't know if it's called victim frame of mind or if it's just called like, just confused or like helpless or whatever. I would call it victim framed mind probably, but focus on why you're confused instead of just being confused and being helpless. And that, like, putting that into our team, I would say over the last like 3-4 weeks has significantly changed the amount of like productivity and just like meetings, conversation, communication. Things just make a lot more sense, right? Because it's direct. Oh, this is the problem. Okay, here's the solution. And it's super simple. That's like another super hack. It's another like hack kind of thing that I've used to help, our team learn more and get more productive too. So
yeah, but I think we make it mandatory for all these people to go, because it happens too much in our company that people are saying time management too many times as a problem, and it's not. It's something that's worth the investment, to invest in this course so that way we get it solved, because it's always going to be a problem unless you fix it really, and we never really fix it.
You're never going to really be able to fix it. It's always going to be a struggle. So like, it's just figuring out how to make it less of a struggle is really where it comes down to, and that's more than likely going to help that a lot.
Fixing it. So it just goes back, like, I mean, you're obviously, there's only a certain time in the day, like, you're not going to get more time in the day, but it's just, you're going to end up, what happened? Is he getting, yo boys, he's not letting me do it, fuck. Let's send it again.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
What's an email? Type an email in there, Austin.
I got his email.
Oh, okay.
Unless he's got another email that works better.
Off the juice. It's just loading. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
What if you can call in?
That happened to my phone. I tried to get in there on the phone like a couple weeks ago, and it like never would work.
Off the juice. I'm going to have to call in to a virtual call. If you call in, let's see. Chandler, you can put it next to your microphone like this phone. Like he call you and talk to it through the phone.
Oh, yeah, you could. You can do that. Call me. Austin. I'll call you.
You work that thing out.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Are we good?
If we get the damn, how do we fix that, Chandler? With your echo.
Wait, can you hear the echo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. It's weird if it's like saying when I joined, like live, it's saying like something went wrong. Please ensure you connect to the internet.
Dude.
Yeah, just let's think about this. Hold on, I'm trying to think of another way. We're problem
Is there a
solving.
better solution to this? Do you hear that echo? It's like a lot of frequency.
Yeah, Chandler, just hang up right now. Let's think about
All right,
it.
I'm gonna hang up.
It's like it's just echoing bad. Let's think.
Another troubleshooter. Is there any other better ways? Let's see.
There's got to be another way then.
What if?
Do you have AirPods, Austin, to connect to your laptop or headphones? Because your microphone's not working on it. Oh, let me grab the computer from the office. Yeah, you just do whatever. We'll keep talking. No big deal.
We'll figure it out. No worries.
But so if you guys have any questions, leave them down below too. Austin's been killing it already. Again, they're out in New York, 2,400 plus deals a year. Him and his brother, Jake, 100 plus deals a year, 45 plus or 40 plus rental properties. And I think they're gaining constantly. Looking on their Instagrams, they're gaining more and more every day. 24, and they have over, millions and millions in real estate. I mean, I think this is a good time for you guys to ask any questions. I know a lot of you guys are going to watch the recording, but any questions, love to hear them. That way Austin can get on it once he gets back.
Exactly, yep. So I guess at this point, kind of, I guess we can go into some stuff we're doing right now.
Shayla, send the link to Stephanie at Raven.
To who?
Look at the chat.
I see it right here, yeah.
Yeah, something what we're going through now in our business.
It's like one of the big things that just happened is you finally got out of the sales manager position. So
Yeah.
you can talk a little bit about what that is like now, your new role and how
Yeah,
that
I'll go
looks.
into that now. So, like, I use for the last 6 months, my role in the company as sales department head was training everyone in sales, which is lead manager, acquisition manager, and being accountable for them. You know, when they miss their days, just making notes on that, or making
Training.
sure they're hitting their goals. And yeah, like I said, just a bunch of training. So now I finally got out of that role. Not finally, but I got out of that role. That way now, my only role in the business is being the visionary. And what is the visionary? For the people that may not know, my job is to come up with 20 big ideas or as many big ideas as possible to grow the company forward, right? So I'm every day finding new ways for us to make more money, new ways for us to profit off deals, new ways to find marketing, and as much as research I can, which I love doing. I now I can focus on that. So I'm focusing on the big picture for our company to get us to grow, and no longer in day-to-day tasks. I mean, I do a couple things day-to-day. The only thing I could think of I do is partially with Jared is MAOs. That's day-to-day, is giving those final offers to those sellers, the last, the very final offers, right? Um, so that's what my role is now. So that way I can grow, invest in more masterminds, get around bigger people, and that way, obviously leads to exponential growth for the company next year and the year after and every year following.
Yep. I think that's it's super nice to not have to be making day-to-day decisions as much, right? Not having to worry about, oh shoot, if I don't respond in 5 seconds, are things going to fall apart? So I think
But I
that's
still got to manage. I mean, I'm still on top of everything, so I still got to manage a lot of people, including Chandler, and he's got to manage me. But I got to make sure that this stuff is getting done because it's hard when it's a hard role because I know I could do it so much better than a lot of people. And not saying certain tasks, like I'm not saying Chandler's role. Obviously, not Chandler's role. I can't do better, but like I could see like different ways, like like why didn't we just send this in, or why didn't we just ask him for this, Jared? And it's just part of growing, and becoming that visionary. Is you just got to have trust in your employees, or not your employees, but your people that work with you, right? The people that work with you in the business, you got to trust them because now you released it to them. Yes, you still mentor them and give them, a lot of feedback and try to keep them to growing. It's not like I know so much more than them or I'm better than them, but there's things that I could bring to value that I don't need to be stepping on their toes in some regards too as well. But just enough to hold them accountable and get some feedback. Hey, send this in first before this. Make an offer here and then go here, Jared. Which is still a part of the business. I mean, that's my role. Oversight, so it's just a couple things that we've been doing recently in our business. So hopefully next year we'll be not hopefully we are going to double at least. So it's going to be a big role to be in.
Yeah, I mean, keep pushing forward. I mean, it's going to get exponentially more complicated as you do more and more stuff. So it's like, if you're working by yourself, when you hire one person, it's twice as complicated when you hire two people, and it's like there's so much communication and you have to have the structure. So I think communication is probably like one of the biggest challenges of growing an organization because there's so much stuff that can get lost in translation. So
100%. If you guys get questions about this, like, hey, what are you doing? How are you doing it? How did you guys do this? Or how are you getting there? Leave them down. We want to put as many questions in here. So again, you guys can get value, and anyone that's watching this can in the past or in the future or now.
I would say one of the biggest things we've learned too, and like I feel like you always hear this, you've always known it, and you always kind of practice it, but it really gets more and more evident as you have more people on your team or you're doing more things. Is the KISS rule: keep it simple, stupid. I think that's like actually probably one of the most important things that you could do with doing anything that you're going to scale. One of the phrases I always think about is simple scales, complex fails. So
I like that you're finally saying that now, Chandler.
I know I've been saying it for the last like 3 months because I had
to ring that in your head after freaking.
You can definitely overcomplicate things. Like complication is easy for one person because it's not complicated because you're the only person doing it. You know exactly what needs to be done. But when you have to get 12 people on the same complicated page, that's not easy. So
Yeah, and
definitely.
while you guys two are in here, we're waiting for Austin. He's reconnected his computer. We had a little technical difficulty, so we're just sharing a little stuff about our business. Austin's already dropped, 25, 30 minutes in, Austin already dropped some huge dimes on mindset and how they're doing over 100 deals a year, and how now him and his brother are growing a multifamily portfolio. And they're in New York, and they're not just in New York in this, rural areas. They're in Westchester County, actually, where I have family, and that's one of the biggest suburbs, the biggest places for people to live in outside New York City. So they're in a very competitive market, and I'm actually very impressed. Not actually, I am very impressed because it's not easy in that New York market. I'm not just talking about competition. You got to deal with attorneys. You got to deal with permits from cities, and you're talking about, I think Atlanta's terrible with that, and that's why we stay away from it. New York, I can only imagine, is a freaking crapshoot.
Nightmare.
So
Yeah,
I got respect for these guys 100% because these guys aren't backing down from anything, and they're only 24, so and they got a whole life to live right there. For sure, we look at them for something, for some motivation as well. Like these guys doing that at 24, 40 units, millions of dollars in rental or in real estate and rental real estate, and now they're also doing 100 deals a year. Right, so Austin will be back soon. He's just trying to fix something again with his computer for you guys joining. If you guys have questions at all regarding Austin multifamily, underwriting, wholesaling, anything, sales, whatever you got, I know someone's out there, and I don't want you all at once to do it, but I'm kidding. But just put anything. I mean, I know I always have a question, even no matter whenever I'm listening. There's no stupid question. Hey, where do you get your list? You can even get that up right now while we're waiting for Austin. Like, there's no stupid questions here. You can say whatever. How do you find VAs? All that stuff right now while we're waiting.
Someone popped in.
Oh, forget it. There he is.
Yo, boys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. That was a shit show.
You're good.
We're good now?
Oh, we're money now.
Let's go.
Got it. So where do we leave off? That was my bad.
No, you're good.
No, you're good, dude.
I think we were talking. I'll just be honest. I don't even remember. I'm just talking about a fucking storm.
Let's see. Where do you want to start, Austin? What do you feel like you want to talk about right now?
So tell me, how old are most people listening to these recordings? Our age, 20?
Yeah, they're going to be they're recording all this. I mean, they're our age, but this is also, we have 600 people in the Facebook group that watch it after. Not that they're all going to watch it, but I mean, all different ages. But it all goes to the one thing, the mindset, like we talked.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that at the end of the day, the only way to get to where you want to go is mindset. So at the end of the day, if you want to make more money, have a better mindset. I'm all good. Thank you. So, you want to get to the next level. There's two ways to get to the next level. One, you can probably figure it out kind of throughout the ropes and tribulation and trials, or you can either pay for what you guys do, the mentorship or coaching or anything like that, or bring value to somebody who already has what you want. I think the biggest mistake people make is like they're trying to get everything for free. Like you got to bring value to somebody, or you got to invest in a program or a coaching thing. Like that's the biggest thing. Like the biggest thing for me when me and Jay both got a mentor was we listened to him. We paid him. We listened to him, and he provided what he needed to provide. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out a way how to get rich without having to do anything. Or just kind of.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, they're trying to be trust fund babies where they can just get it from their parents, a couple $1 million, and sit on that. That wasn't the route me and Jake were looking to take. We were looking to invest everything we had into our business, into our mindset, into our relationships, and it's because we know it's going to 10x. Relationships are the biggest investment better than any marketing channel you can make.
I think so, for sure. And hold on, Chad, I want to ask this question. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing you hit there was relationship. I've seen that personally, dealing with Steve Trang a little bit. We got a good relationship down. I mean, the value I get is 50 times what I paid for when I first joined with him. But the biggest thing too is how investing in that mentor. When do you know it's time to invest in one? And I mean, reality is everyone could use a mentor. So what do you look for in finding that mentor? Because I'm actually trying to find more business coaches now. And so I really am being a little greedy with the question. Yeah,
and I mean, one, you got to have someone who has what you want. Like, imagine hiring a coach that's fat. It's like, if I want a coach that's a 6-pack, what I'm trying to get towards. So I look for someone who has what I want, that has the same values as me: integrity, honesty, accountability. So same values, where I want to be, or closer to that goal than where I'm at.
Exactly.
Of me, and someone that fits what I can do. They're willing to commit to. Someone that's not write a check and, we'll talk once a month. I don't like coaches like that. I like people that are actually going to invest in your business, invest in you, and ride with you. Like my mentor, when I first started, he would hop on the call with me and talk to the seller. Like, not a lot of people can do that. It's like, so he helped me learn a lot quicker than if I had a mentor. That's it. I'll see you the next mastermind. This guy yeah. It's hard to find. We got lucky, but when you find that one right person, you commit to them, and good things will happen.
For sure, I like that. 100%.
I think that brings into the next part of like what you said. That was the next biggest thing, was like actually doing what those people say. Because you can have all the people you want, and like the people who know all the stuff and and tell you, hey, this is how you do it. If you don't actually just do it, and you can't execute, then you're gonna forever never be able to be successful. 100%. So that's the other part, just putting it into play. They're literally telling you what to do. Just do exactly what they do.
Yep.
You don't have to make anything special up. That's for sure. But what were you gonna say, Gino?
No, I was just about to say I'm about to use the restroom real quick because I've been holding this shit in for like 2 hours. I got my damn COVID shot, my second one today. So like I gotta hydrate the hell up or I'm gonna be freaking dying. I got it today from this lady, and I was trying to she didn't know English at all because I was in Spain at the time, and I was like, Pfizer. She's like, yes, Pfizer. And then I was trying to teach her how to say Band-Aid too. We had a little rapport going, little relationship going.
That's funny. You're still in Spain right now?
No, I flew out today. We're in Italy now. So
you're in Italy? Oh.
Yeah, so I got lucky because Spain was like an easier way to get the vaccine, and I was like, fuck it, let's just go in Spain. Spain, you don't even need a COVID test. I think I was telling your brother, you don't even need a COVID test to go into the country.
That's crazy.
Like I needed it for Hawaii and out just in the U.S. You didn't even need it in Spain.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Especially in New York, I'm sure you're getting. How was New York's real estate during that time, or how was that market?
When it first hit COVID, like February, March, April, it was rough. Like the thing was, everyone was like very scared, so like it was hard for even going to houses. But once it hit, like about a year ago, it just opened back up and people wanted to buy houses. We actually got lucky because like there's Manhattan, but like where your cousins are from, Gino.
Yeah, Westchester.
Because everybody wanted to move out of Manhattan to go to Westchester, so we just got the benefits of like 15-20% appreciation in like 6 months, 4 months. Stupid.
Yeah, while you're holding the flip.
It's it. While holding the flip, it's going up $40,000. So it's like, oh, nice payday.
Yep, that pays for your holding cost.
Yep. In New York, the high taxes, that might as well do.
Tell the listeners, because I don't think. I know this is learning a little bit. Hey, if you want to go virtual, don't go New York. Tell the reason why, like these attorneys. Like I've heard some scary stories about that. I'm just gonna listen, but I'll be right back. But I heard some scary stories about that.
Yeah. So the one thing, like Chandler, you guys know, like there's good things. There's always pros and cons to every situation, right? So the pro about New York is big spreads. I'm not gonna butter it up. There's some big spreads out here. It's a good opportunity. The bad thing is it's hard to get into. Large down payments. So imagine you're in your first year, right? Imagine you're going down, about to meet a seller. She accepts your offer, and then she says, "Yeah, I have an attorney." You call your attorney. He's like, "Hey, the purchase price is $300,000. I need you to wire me 5% today, or you can't sign the contract." So you have to make the wire $15,000. So that's the problem. Is it's hard to get into deals because attorneys kill deals. We've even had attorneys try to buy the deals from the seller and offer them $100,000 more than our contract price just because they knew it was a good deal. So there's a lot of times where attorneys will try to mess it up. So you gotta deal with the right ones. You gotta kind of know what they're thinking. So step inside their shoes and kind of see what they're looking for. But it's like anything else. It's not. There's a reason why not a lot of people wholesale here, and attorneys are definitely one reason.
Yeah, I'd say like from my talking to people, I think Rochester, is that in New York, right?
Yeah, his name is Dan, right?
Yeah, Dan, bro. Yeah, he was telling me about it. We're talking. He's like, dude, it takes me 100 days to close a dang deal once I get it under contract because you're dealing with 47 people to try to get one across the closing table.
Crazy,
so, dude. Yeah, I've heard some nightmares about people going on there behind the back and all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure that even happens in dang Georgia, and we don't even have that many attorneys, so we only deal with like one at a time. So,
yeah.
Dude,
so
nuts.
Another thing, Austin. I guess what do you guys? Because this is what I see people hating. So you guys were in Manhattan for the crash or the COVID, not crash or COVID?
No, we were always in Westchester.
Okay, that's what.
Dabbled a couple things in the Bronx, and but nothing in Manhattan. Stay out of that market. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. That's what I was like, because I see some people saying like they can do all this stuff there. And I was like, I wonder if that's even true. I can't imagine Manhattan that it was that easy to go in there.
Nah, it's not
And
easy. A lot of sharks. A lot of sharks.
big hedge funds, probably, right?
Yeah, bro. Big buyers. We're actually buying a six family brownstone right now, our first deal in Manhattan. But
Damn.
it's an estate sale, so it's a good deal. But
Tell
it's
us
not.
about that. I want to hear about that.
That actually came to an agent. I mean, we actually came to social media. We put on social media, we buy properties, multifamilies. This girl reached out, hey, I have an estate. My seller just, her parents died. She wants to sell it. Six family brownstone in Manhattan. Like, you ever watch Everybody Hates Chris? One of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
So it's probably gonna be a good deal. We're probably gonna buy it, but we don't come. We focus on West. We focus where we know. We know Westchester, kind of where your family's from. We know the Hudson Valley, so that's kind of what we put our focus on.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's damn fucking 8 family over there. God damn.
Yeah.
So that goes. So what are you saying to these agents that you just buy houses? I mean, she saw it on social media, but what do you guys usually? Because usually, we're not talking to sellers. I know a big thing, especially in multifamily, and I know you guys are still direct to seller, but what do we say to the agents? Hey, I'm ready. I'm purchasing. Here's proof of funds, or what are you guys doing?
We build rapport. So it's like if I'm talking to an agent, I'm like, hey, listen, what does your perfect cash buyer look like? They always tell me someone who's honest, because they have a lot of buyers that mess them, jerk them around.
Yeah.
Someone who's accountable, can close in the time frame they say, and someone that communicates. So if you don't, sometimes they send out deals to buyers that don't answer for 3 days. Like, you send me a deal today, I'll have an answer by tonight if we're going to take it or not. If we're going to take it, we'll move forward and we'll get it done in 30 days. So agents respect that, because they get paid when you get paid. So
Exactly.
they pay as quickly as possible. So, and also another quick little niche thing we do, guys, is when we deal with agents, we give them dual side commission. This works well for multifamily. So we'll say, hey, Gino, you're the agent. My brother has a real estate license, but what we're going to do is we're going to waive his commission just because we really appreciate you and respect you for bringing this deal, and we're going to give you both sides of the transaction. So now they're making double in their head. Why would they not sell to this kid? So that's
Exactly.
But yeah,
Double dip. Let them double dip.
and then we don't care about you, and we want everyone to make money.
I like that.
It's especially probably really enticing in the commercial or bigger, multifamily space, because the price point's so much higher. So you get double the commission, you're making a lot more. So
yeah, it's a win for everybody. So yeah, we have no problem making sure that they're happy, and then once everything closes, they are going to bring you more deals. So you have to build a relationship.
Another question too I have for you, being greedy again, Austin, is what do you guys use? Are you using any different data providers to do multifamily stuff? Are you using CoStar, or I know there's different? I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah, of course. We just got a CoStar account. It's expensive, but it's definitely worth it. CoStar we just got. But we pull a lot of lists from ListSource. We'll pull like a 10,000 square foot list. So properties that are 10,000 square feet. Most single family houses are on 10,000 square feet. So families. We'll pull a list from PropStream, from the MLS. So we'll pull from different providers, and then we'll just reach out to them. But ListSource has some good, actually some good lists.
Gotcha. So yeah, ListSource we used to do a little bit too back in the day for the multifamily. I think we go back to it. Chandler hit some big multifamily out of there. I just talked to Steve about CoStar.
This
little talking, Austin.
Yeah, you're kind of like cutting in and out a little bit, like a robot.
This is great.
Static.
You can't catch a break out here.
I know, right?
I understand.
It's all right, no big deal. So I was going to ask you, just join back in, Austin, when you get a chance. I was going to see, because that's what he talked about, Chandler CoStar. I talked to Steve, and he said that that's like the big provider. It costs Steve paid $4K for just Phoenix.
Yeah, I think that's what my friend JR was using, CoStar. I think that sounds familiar.
But the thing is, this was Steve's thing on it, and I'm pretty much talking about what we all said, but Steve's thing was like, hey, look, how many, excuse me, he said, I might have a limiting belief, but all those people, first off, 90% of them, he was like, they're going to be, already investors that know what the heck they're doing, if they have a 30-unit building, right? So, one, that's the difficulty, right? They're 90%. Now, you might get, like these mom and pops like we did, but everyone and their mom is hitting that little list. And he's like, yeah, I know it's timing, but still, he's like, so I think we got to see how much it is, CoStar, but I feel like if we get some industrial buildings, we can get some bigger wholesale deals,
I know there's guys wholesaling commercial making like a few $1,000,000 a deal. So, I mean, why wouldn't you try to do that,
And then you just got to recharge your systems
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about it the other day, actually. And I do think it's a completely another company because it's a completely different product and service.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that right off. And if you did that with Ferocity, you wouldn't.
Be
it
another
wouldn't be
department.
The only thing. Yeah, it wouldn't be the only thing you do. You know?
It would be like a completely another like side of the business.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily, but just like somewhere where at least you can, like, we just have to train Jared. I don't think you have to make another side. You just say, Jared, anytime we tell Harry and them, any lead managers, anytime you get an apartment deal or something big, send it Jared to look at.
Yeah, and
Send
I mean that's true
you're not
as
going to get a
well.
lot because you're not going to get a ton. You might get 5 a week, and then Jared just, oh, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap. Good.
I do agree.
If we had 50,000, yes, but no, we're going to have like, you know what I mean. Can you hear you? Can you hear us, Austin?
Austin.
You got us?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Oh, we got you now.
We got you now.
You got us?
Hey, can you boys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're not moving, but we can hear you.
Yeah, are we good now?
Yeah, we got you.
My bad, yo, guys. This is crazy. They don't want us to win, guys. We just got to keep trying to win.
Yeah, StreamYard's coming after us.
StreamYard don't want us to win. They ain't trying to let us level up.
Making some weird noise. But, so going back to what you said, yeah, multifamilies, we pull off, list's been crushing for us. We pull a 10,000 square foot list. Basically, that's going to be like all properties that are, let's say each apartment is 700 square feet. 700 times 10. It's going to be at least 12 units, at least 12 to 15 units. So, like, a minimum 10,000 square foot list. We'll pull up the MLS. So, I don't know if you guys, it's like pull up your HCAR, whatever your online, real estate platform. You can actually create your own list off there. So, we'll pull multifamily distressed properties. Yeah, you can pull directly from Matrix. You can build out a customized list of Matrix. That crushes. And then, there's not too many. I mean, CoStar is good too, but CoStar is smart. They don't let you pull out a list from there. There's like 100 maps you can pull a month from like 100 properties. That's it.
That's really it. Yeah, I didn't look into it much.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean you gotta pay a lot more if you want to do more than that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. How much? Because I think they're saying something like 4,000 or something crazy.
For the year, it's like it's like $5,000 for the year. $600 a month. Yeah.
You know, get 12,000 pools or something. That's not that much.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah. Sure.
Because it's a volume game still.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Makes it tough.
So what do you see, you guys? I know we're talking a little bit about it, Austin. I know we got a couple, about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. What do you see your guys doing? What's your guys' goal in the next, let's say 5 years?
Great question. So, what do you think we do best? I think what you guys are doing, kind of coaching, helping people get to that next level. Once we get our portfolio right, and we don't, have to really grind every day for new multis. We want to teach people how to do it. I personally like teaching people. I like helping people out. So we want to get more involved in the social media and the coaching and mastermind side. I think that's a great business. As well as buying as many buildings as possible. Well, I know by the time I die, I'll have $1 billion portfolio. I know. I write that every morning, every night. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. So we'll get $1 billion with the real estate is our end goal. But the next 5-10 years, build up the multifamily side, of course. Enter some new businesses and just keep rocking and rolling. Build our team out and try to get we want to create a monopoly in real estate. Like right now, we have 7 different companies inside of the business. So we have a fix and flip company, we have a wholesale company, we have a retail company, we have a luxury Airbnb company, we have a multifamily company, and then we're building up the education company. So we want to just build a monopoly that can just keep it flowing without having to be there. So
we gotta
put the right people in the right place, and good things will happen.
Tell me about that Airbnb. I see you guys posting about it. I have a couple in just in North Georgia mountains, but they don't compare to no Westchester mansions.
With pools and shit.
What is tell us about those?
So it was funny. So Jake this is a shout out to Jake. So we never got an Airbnb. I used it a couple of times, but never really knew about it. But Jake we had a house that it's one of the houses we posted on Instagram. We couldn't rent it out. It was a very unique house. We didn't get what we want for the rent. So we're like, all right, should we sell it? Should we refinance? What should we do with it? So Jake was playing around one night. He threw it on Airbnb. The next morning, we had somebody book a full month at the house. They paid us $11,500 for the month. We're like, what? Like we were trying to rent it out for $7,000 for the month. We just got paid $11,000 Airbnb, and I was just, and we gave them a discount. So we're like, this is crazy. So We do it on Airbnb, and it's been doing pretty well. So we focus on kind of bigger properties because think of it, if you're going to go to a hotel, you're trying to get as many people in one room as possible. So the more rooms, the more beds in an Airbnb, the more lucrative it is for the person coming in there. So if you have 8 beds, you could fit it. You could fit 10, 11 people. So we try to focus on big properties with good locations, good amenities. Gyms in the basement, pools if possible, nice layouts that we can rent it out. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So do you guys I know is there any shift? I know because you guys are doing so much. I mean, are you trying to do more multifamilies with Airbnbs, pair them up, or what is because like I see a bunch of people doing that now. My buddies like got an 8-unit and Airbnbs it all out. Makes killer.
That's great. So we want to shift it off to 2 companies. So Deraaff Capital, family company. We just want to stick to buying good assets, good buy and holds, and take those, either buy them, reposition them, or resell them. But the Airbnb company is kind of the fun money because it's in the summertime they rent down like crazy. So Airbnb company, we want to kind of separate it where we're just focusing on short-term rentals. We're not going to rent them out to a family, just short-term wise until it's big enough that maybe we can portfolio it up and sell it out.
Gotcha. So this is another thing. I know we're getting to the end, Austin. I know I'm just keep repeating questions, but you got 7 companies inside of that. Everyone talks about, hey, focus on the one and grow it out. I mean, you guys already did grow it out, but what is, what tips can you give, especially us too? Like, because if you got 7, I mean, you got to have the right people in those right seats, or else you're going to be chopping at the wood, chopping at your knees.
Yes.
So what's some advice for if someone's trying to make, like, I guess, again, greedy to us, we got like 4 different companies, and it's like, it takes us away from certain, so like, just got to get those people in place,
It's all about the people. I mean, you really think about it, guys. The fixed wholesaling it's just we have for every. That's how we think about it. We're a solutions company. So Raven 3 Home Buyers, we help any homeowner with whenever we can solve their problem with their property. So we have to create multiple companies to do that. Because if somebody want to retail, I would hate to tell them, hey, I can't help you out. Now I refer out to my brokers. The last company we just started was a short sale company because we see the market shifting soon. So we want to be able to take those properties down that have no equity. A year ago, if Gino called me and said, hey, man, I have a $200,000 house, I owe $400,000, I would say, hey, man, you got to call somebody else. But now we have a short sale acquisition company that we can take down your short sale. We can process the short sale for you, work with the banks. You don't have to call the banks. You don't have to worry about it. And then we can help you out and get you paid on the back end as well, too. So we just find out, all right, what does every type of lead look like, and how can we position the company around that? Short sale, wholesale, short-term rentals. So we try to have a strategy for everybody. So we kind of did it. We kind of, because our foundation, we're a solutions company. We're not a wholesaling company.
Exactly.
We're a solutions company. So how can we solve your problem? So whatever problem that we couldn't solve, we wanted to create a solution for them by building out a company. But to go to your point, you need the right people in any company, but especially in real estate, because there's so many moving pieces. You guys know, even in a wholesale transaction, there's so many moving pieces. So you've got to have the right people in your structure, in your system. So that is the most important thing. Without the people, you have nothing.
Gotcha. And to get the viewers some perspective, how many people do you think you have in those companies total, all 7?
We're on a tight ship. We need to hire more, but probably right now I would say without VAs, maybe 14, somewhere around there, 13, 14. With VAs, maybe 16, 17. Yeah.
That's legendary right there. Yeah, you keep that. Why not? I mean, you want it tight as can be. I don't want to get a huge company, in terms of, I mean, let's think about this. I don't want to have a huge what's it called? Not dislocate.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to have that. You got guys in CG though that have, 50 plus people, which I'm not saying I don't want that. I'm just thinking like, if you got 7 companies and you got, 100 employees, that's a whole nother ball game to deal with. More people, more problems. That's all it comes down to.
That's true.
Like what a lot of what you hear from is like hire a superstar instead of like a or like a low A B player, because they're going to be like 2 people, they're going to be able to do way higher quality service. So I guess if like you focus on getting superstars, and even if it hurts in the short term because you can't hire that person that you need, that's going to help you in the long run, because it's going to, definitely be worth it.
100% true. Yeah. I could not agree more.
So
what's your tips on that then? We'll leave it on. We'll ask this one last thing. What's your tips on finding those people? I mean, is it your brother that handles most of that? Austin?
Yeah, he does build the team. I'm not gonna lie, give him credit. He really helped build it out. We do use predictive index, so we use use platform softwares to really qualify people. But if you don't have these softwares and you know these additional technology to hire people, you got to find out what their best strength is and put them in the right seats. A lot of times people just want to put somebody in the right seat because they're there now. I find work with us. I try to find the right person, even if it takes going through 10 people. Same thing with a good deal. Like you might have to go through 10 acquisition appointments to get one contract. So the same thing with people. You might have to meet 10 interviews to find that one person. So you got to find the right one that has the right values, the right vision. You don't want to bring an entrepreneur in because they're going to try to steal your company. We try to bring employees with good mindset. They want to stay for 5-10 years. They want to ride or die with you. That's what we're looking for.
I gotcha. And what's your PI, Austin?
That's a question for Jake, but we have a predictive index. Oh, my PI, like
Yeah.
I forgot what I was.
Maverick.
I don't even think I'm a Maverick. I gotta get back to you on that. But Jake said I had a really high. One of these letters was super high. I'm not too familiar. I don't really know.
A. Definitely A.
I had a high PI. I had a crazy PI.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know all that shit either. I just know my little character. That's what I was asking. A little character.
I think just being able to attract that high quality talent, you just got to be a high quality leader, and then they'll come in.
Yeah, I mean, look, like same as you guys, we hire hustlers. We hire kids right out of college that want to hustle. They have good mindset. They're not the kids that are at the bar on Friday nights. They're the kids that would rather be at the gym working out or getting right on Friday nights, and that's who we're looking to hire. So, like I said, we have a very specific person we're looking for, especially on the sales side. You know, we're looking for winners.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing is people who are just winners. If you're competitive and you're a winner, you're going to succeed in anything because it's just confidence. So it's that mindset. But that's awesome. Yeah. Well, you got anything like since we're at the hour mark, a couple technical difficulties. You got anything you would want to leave the listeners with before we wrap this thing up?
Where they can reach out to?
Yeah, too.
First, thank you so much for having me on here. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We'll definitely run this back. Set this up for like next month with Jake. But look, guys, at the end of the day, life is short. So you have to first find out what you want and your vision. Once you have your vision mapped out, then you can start doing the back pieces. So I don't want to go here without knowing where I'm going to be in 5 years. So first we started, okay, where do we want to be in 10 years? Then 5, then 3, then 2, then 1. And who do we need now to get there? Not the 1 year mark, the 10 year marks. We look to hire. We're always looking at the future. That's why I always say delayed gratification. If you make $100,000 in a wholesale deal, great. You made $100,000. Don't go buy rollies. Go buy more leads. Go buy paid leads. Go buy PPC campaigns. So the 3 biggest things I'm going to leave your people with is 1, mindset. Before you invest in anything, invest in yourself. 2, hang around super successful people that are way higher and way at higher, qualities and businesses than you. And 3 is just take massive action. I'd rather take massive action and fail than no action and not fail. So those are the 3 things I'll leave you guys with. And you guys are great leaders. So just keep inspiring these people to do what they got to do. And if you keep it up, you guys are, I already know you guys are the next level, but make sure everyone in your group get to the next level as well too. And you guys train them properly.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Some golden nuggets there. So
if you guys
reach out to Austin, hit him up on Instagram, hit him up on all platforms. He's dropping dimes. I mean, he's where we want to be in a couple of years. So he's a god, him and his brother.
Next time we speak in a month, you guys will be there. Don't worry.
Yeah, shoot. Well, we'll let you go, Austin. Thanks for joining. You guys have any questions, leave them down below when you guys watch the recording, and we'll be getting back and answering them.
I appreciate